Hey, it's Aaron, Metal Theologian. Alright, so I don't know if you just do like just fucking like flex videos, but I just kind of feel like showing some like obscure like US EPs today. So I picked a bunch here, and actually the reason for doing this is because there are certain ones that I like to show a lot, and like some of these I've probably shown kind of recently, but maybe not that recently. But there are some too that kind of gets easy to take for granted because you had them for a long time, they've been sitting in the collection, and then every so often you go look at it and you go, wait a minute, this is a fucking badass record, man. What the hell, you know? So this is kind of focused on that. And fortunately, a lot of these have been reissued, so like they're not as rough. But yeah, these are all originals. They're all obscure, and they're all pretty rare. So, and we'll be sampling through some of them, and maybe I'll tell some stories about some or talk about some. I might not even get through them all. Maybe I'll do a part two. I really tried to focus on ones that I haven't shown in a long time, and specifically ones that I've had for a long time too, because those are the ones that's sort of easy to forget about. So, yeah, so this one actually, it's a band from New Jersey called Overlord. It was actually one of the first ones I got when I started collecting, when I started like specifically like looking for like private press shit. So yeah, there you go. Fucking, what an awesome looking band, right? I want this guy to be in my band too. But this guy'd be welcome too, for sure. That's a really cool record, man. This is Snow Giant we're listening to right now. First song on here. Got The Mask of the Red Death. And a couple others. It's 5 songs. Overlord is a registered trademark. It says right there. You see at the bottom? Yeah, it has one of those nice thick covers. You know, the European collectors covet that shit. Like, oh my god, that heavy cardboard. We never had that over here. Because they didn't. That was totally an American thing. Yeah, it says songs are 85, 86, and 87. I think this record came out in 87. And, yeah. Not a particularly easy one to come across, but not the rarest thing ever either. Really cool sound though, man. It's just like what you want in a metal record. It has some chops, it has some drive, it has some majesty to it, you know. And it has a little bit of humanity to it too, you know what I mean? Like those high notes, that's not Dio hitting those high notes, you know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of what makes his record special, I think, you know. Yeah, so here's what I probably talked about kind of a lot. Here's another weird one. This one had a reissue, which I think is still pretty available, actually. Who the hell did it? I don't remember now, and I had copies that I sold off because I wanted to hype this record. But this is The Mesmerist, The Innocent, The Forsaken, The Guilty. I always feel like that's out of order. Like every time I show this, I like have to like read it because I feel like I'm gonna get those words in the wrong order. Yeah? It seems like it should be called The Guilty, The Innocent, The Forsaken, maybe, or The Guilty, The Forsaken, The Innocent. But The Innocent, The Forsaken, The Guilty has just always sounded a little weird to me. But yeah, this one's become better known over the years. When I first got this, like I'd sort of heard that this thing existed, but I'd never seen a copy, and it seemed like one of those that was just never going to turn up, and then it did. And it's basically a one-man project. One thing that's kind of come out is on this record is it's actually Bill Ward on the drums on this record. And fuck it, this I'm talking about. I'll just fire it up for a minute. What the hell? Because this record was described to me as when I asked someone about this, and it was like a cross between Death SS and Merciful Fate. And I'm like, and of course I heard that, and I was like, yeah, that sounds like a band I need to fucking hear. So, oh man, I just thought of another one I should have grabbed. I think I'm going to be doing a part 2, because I forgot some shit. We'll keep going here. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely more Death SS than Merciful Fate. Like, just to manage the expectations a little bit here, right? Check out that label. It's so good. And, yeah, the guy is, apparently, it looks like it seems like it was just some guy whose name is Mesmercado. So he's like the mesmerist, I guess. And I mean, I haven't dug too deep into this because sometimes when you learn a lot about the history, it doesn't necessarily make it better. Sometimes it kind of spoils a little bit. So it's just like this really sort of weird looking picture of him here. Yeah, the first song was The Forsaken, which I might skip over because it's a little bit of a sort of an intro. But there are 4 songs on this thing. Gotta love that shit, right? Anyway, yeah, it says special thanks to Bill Ward on the back, but he's not actually credited as having played the drums on this, but apparently he did. So a little bit of a famous connection there, but still not a very well-known record, you know. Very cool piece, though, and a really unique one too. There's just nothing else that sounds quite like this, you know. I'm waiting for it to start because oh, it's gonna come here. I'll just start showing this for the meantime. I don't want to sit here. Medieval Steel, another one of the very first, like, sort of, you know, obscure ones I got, you know, rare ones. These guys are from Memphis, Tennessee, if I remember correctly. Same as Tommy Wright III. And another band that looks, you know, I don't know, man. You know, it's funny because this is the kind of band photo that I kind of tend to bitch about. Like, it doesn't make a band look better when they're just sort of standing around. But I don't know, when the picture's just kind of crummy like that, it's not necessarily all bad. Anyway, 4 songs on this guy, on this EP. The last one, Echoes, is kind of a ballad and kind of a bummer, kind of a letdown to close out the album with. 1984. But yeah, it's really like... I mean, this is really like low-budget epic metal is what it is. That's what these guys were going for, you know, songs like Medieval Steel, obviously a signature song, but also Battle Beyond the Stars. You know, they were going for like the, you know, the sort of big vocals. I'm going to bump this ahead a little bit because I don't want the whole video to be dominated by the Mesmerist. I want to sample through a couple of these. So there's the Death SS bit, right? And there's the Merciful Fate bit. And then the hand claps. You hear that? That just puts it over the top, man. Fucking, I'm such a sucker for... I talked about chimes recently. Chimes and hand claps. I just can't. I'm just not capable of not loving that shit. Although, you know what's funny? Is like last time I was talking about the chimes, someone in the comment section said something about Great Expectations by Kiss. And I think that might actually... That's probably the worst song on Destroyer. Except maybe for Beth. But it's also terrible. And, usually when I say something like, I defy you to find a song that has chimes in it that sucks. I think someone might have actually done it that time. So, I kind of hate to concede on that, but they're still generally great. And hand claps are still generally great, too, like on this one. Anyway, Medieval Steel does not sound like this. It's actually kind of better put together. It also has a little sort of an amateurish flair, you know what I mean? But in just the right way, man. It's a really sincere record. You know, even the ballad is kind of hard to hate on a record like this. And just really good stuff, man. Here's another one I want to sample because for some reason I had the idea of doing this video, and I was like, I'm just gonna do a fucking like show just like US, you know, private press EPs. This is one of the first ones that came to mind, and this is the Image EP. And yeah, they had an LP that came out later on, which I think was just like old recordings or something like that. But how 70s does that cover look? There's that drawing on the back look, I mean. And I think this is like, yeah, this is 86. So it's really kind of late for that. We're going to fire this one up a little bit there too, because these guys may look 70s, but they could deliver on this shit, man. Yeah, we're not going to get through, we're not going to be able to sample everything, obviously, but Medieval Steel you'll be able to find pretty easily, I think. That one's been reissued a couple times at this point, I think, and I It's a little easier to search for too than a band called Image. Although Image still gets beaten out by Too Much as far as the hardest band to Google. Another one of those classic labels. Fire this bad boy up. Yeah, I actually got this from one of the guys who started High Roller Records. He hasn't been involved with the label in a long time, but yeah, we used to email kind of a lot. We were pretty tight when I was getting into this shit. And he collects new wave British heavy metal 45s too. So I got some of those from him, but I got some other shit too, including this Image record. Is that a cool riff? Some of these thick ass covers, right? Yeah, Image doesn't necessarily have the greatest name, you know? And that little devil tail doesn't quite redeem it, you know? But yeah, this is Illusion. Here's another one I haven't talked about in a while. This is Dark Knight. How's that for a cover? And this one really is kind of almost more of like a hard rock thing than like a pure sort of metal thing. I'm trying to see the year on this because I don't remember what it was right off. Yeah, it doesn't say anything on the labels either, so I can go look this up, or I mean, you can look it up if you really care. But you know, sometime in the mid '80s or so, probably in the earlier side of that. As far as I know, this is the only thing he ever did. It's really a cool record. It's not the greatest. I think the songs, like on the Image record, are better. But this one has some good hooks, man. And maybe it doesn't quite live up to that little night up at the top. But it's a cool record, man. And not a bad one to check out. The Grass is Greener isn't the heaviest name for a song, you know? But you've also got Return of the Dark Knight and When All Else Fails. So, once again, 4 songs. Kind of a classic EP, man. That's one of the ones that was like a top shelf, like mega rarity until someone turned up like a box of them at some point. So keep your eyes open for that kind of shit because it happens. And that's when the iron's hot, when you want to grab one of these kinds of records, you know? It's halfway through the first drink, so let's do the second one. Alright, here's another one. This is kind of a perfect example of one that I kind of tend to forget about. This is, 85, 86 it says, so 86. And this is Ivory Tiger. I'm going to throw this on for a minute. How about that cover art, though? I love the color of that Image one. It just has this sort of darkness without being like we're a dark band. You know what I mean? It's like it's dark because they're playing it in a basement, not because like they were going for that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, such a cool record, man. This is the kind of shit that really gets me excited about collecting. Shit that really gets my juices flowing, you know what I mean? I was actually a little bit bummed. I'll figure that out later. I was actually a little bit bummed when I was going through these because I was finding so many records from like New York and California. I was like, man, I want more from like the interior of the country. You know, and I was finding some, some Chicago ones and frankly, Texas is pretty well represented in this pile too. But, you know, not as much from places like Louisiana as I might like. Although, there are a couple like that in here. Alright, this is Ivory Tiger. Metal Mountain. And again, you look at this and it's like, it could be great, but it could be like a glam turd, you know? And that back cover? I don't know, man. That doesn't really look like a glam presentation to me. Just the whole, like, drawing thing. It's funny, I didn't plan it out with the drawings, but there have been a lot with, like, drawings of the band tonight, it seems like. So, this thing smokes, so doesn't it? It says, to catch a tiger, you must be fast, fearless, and have a powerful stereo. Turn it up loud. Ivory Tiger plays whatever equipment can handle the pressure. So good, man. Yeah, these guys are from Chicago, apparently. So maybe VK will find a copy in the wild and send it to you, but I wouldn't hold my breath. Alright, so I was just kind of molding a little bit about how many I had from California. So let's show this one. This is totally another one that I tend to take for granted and forget about, man. Fucking Villain, dude. This record is fantastic. Actually, yeah, this is 1986. I think I did my top 10 records of 86 that this one factored in, so it's not like I completely forget about it, you know? It's just one that I kind of tend to take for granted, like I said. It's probably best known for having Carl Albert, who went on to do Vicious Rumors before he died, you know, young. And I kind of love it because it has these really, like, primitive computer printout looking, like, song titles. Can you see that shit? Yeah, anyway, this is a really big record. Big songs. This is 7 songs, dude. This is probably an LP, so maybe there's a little bit of a cheat, but it's a great record, though. What the hell? And again, there have been reissues of this thing, too. There was a reissue of this, actually, on Cult Metal Classics, like, in 2001, 2002, somewhere thereabouts. And I was living in LA, and I went to Amoeba Hollywood, and I saw this on the wall for $50. And I was like, that's got to be an overpriced reissue. So I went and looked closer, and I was like, holy fuck, that's an original. So I grabbed it, and I was like, oh my god, I got a fucking Villain record, you know? So, yeah, it's a real one. Only time will tell. Here, I'll show the label. What the hell, man? I kind of wish they left the Queen cover off this record. It has a cover of Tie Your Mother Down, which, in fairness, if you're going to do a Queen cover, that's a pretty good pick. Maybe not quite as good a pick as Stone Cold Crazy, which I got to tip my hat to Metallica for having done. But it's a pretty good pick, you know? I'm trying to think what might have been a better pick. Or sort of on par. Maybe Great King Rat. That would probably make a good cover for the right band, you know? Alright, this next one here, man. It says it was recorded in Atlanta, but the address for the band is in Mississippi. And this is the Sinister Angel record. Look at those fucking guys, man. It's another one I got really early when I was doing the thing, you know? And, yeah, I really kind of got on this kick about the time I was living in LA. I was kind of starting to ease into that beforehand. Like, I lived in Austin before I went to LA. And I found shit like the Halloween record there. So I was sort of keeping an eye out at that point already, too. But when I was living in LA, I would just see the shit around. That was really kind of it. And there are a few things that I got from, like I found some shit that was kind of rare, but I didn't give a fuck about it because it was AOR or whatever. So I traded it with some guy, and that's where some of these came from, and with some of like these early ones that I'm talking about. And I don't necessarily remember which ones specifically. I actually don't think this Sinister Angel was in that. It was right around that time. I know my copy of the Carnage record came from them. It's a good South Carolina band, but it was an LP, so I left it on the shelf. A lot of music in those grooves there. I love that fucking photo right there too, man. How can you beat that? This fucking button says sit on a happy face. Yeah, Sinister Angel, man. Love Breeds Misery. This is Enter the Gates of Hell. And then Streetlight Glamour and The Last Alternative. And as far as I know, this is all they did, you know? And I gotta be honest, sometimes these bands will come back and like they'll reform 20 years later and record some new shit. So a lot of times when I'm showing stuff like this, someone will come back and say, oh, do you hear this particular record by this band? And I look it up as like 2015, and it's like, I don't blame anyone for doing that. You know what I mean? if the band was fun and the fucking members want to resurrect it and have another go, I don't begrudge them that in the slightest. But that doesn't necessarily make this stuff better. You know what I'm saying? I don't know that Sinister Angel ever did that. Yeah, speaking of records I found in LA, man, this is another great one. And another, I think this is Chicago area. Tyrant's Reign, man. Year of the Tyrants. And this is like 87, if I remember correctly. Yeah, on Cynical Records, which of course is their label, you know. I kind of love how they went for it with that logo too, the TR for Tyrant's Reign. Look at the fucking guy on the back holding it up proudly, you know. I don't know that it ever became the most recognizable logo in the world, but yeah, this one, I'll show the label. This is another one that's totally worth a listen, man. It's kind of it's like, I mean, it's like thrashy stuff. Not like, you know, it's not like verging on death metal or anything like that, you know? It's more sort of playing in the area, in the same sort of areas like Raven Bitch or something like that, you know? It's the insert. Actually, the other cool thing that I want to show on this one, when I got this, it was sealed. And this was on the back. Little fucking card from their management company. Is that focusing? Well, I know you're going to get anywhere if you call that number, but you can ask about, you can see if Patricia has copies of the Tyrant's Reign record still. So, but yeah, this is just taped to the back of the shrink wrap. So, how many records do you have a fucking card from their management company or a little fucking thing? So, how to keep that. Isn't the Sinister Angel shit good? Same deal, you know what I mean? It's really committed. God, this art on this one is so good too, man. It's like I have a soft spot for like really sort of like nothing covers like this. You know, or the Dark Knight one. But that's just a thing of beauty, you know? I actually blind bought that record off the wall, so, and I was right. I did the right thing. All right, what else do we have here? Let's talk about Raven Bitch, because I've already mentioned him. I've kind of hyped this one a lot. This is like the one big one that I really want to see reissued. This is kind of funny. I've told this story like 10 times now probably, but I actually got this from one of the band members, and like he was like, I have a copy of it left, but the cover's a little bit chewed up, you know, is that okay? And I was like, yeah, it's fine. I figured there were gonna be a couple bends in it or something like that, you know what I mean? Like, this package got bashed around in the mail a little bit, so, you know, they're like the corner's a little bit fucked up on this, you know? So if I were selling this to someone, I'd be like, yeah, the cover's a little bit chewed up, but you know, overall it's in really good shape. The vinyl's clean and shit, you know? This guy was like, yeah, the vinyl's clean, but the cover's a little bit chewed up. I didn't think it was going to be actually, like, literally chewed up. You see that shit? It's like a mouse got to it or something like that. We're going to listen to a little of this one, though. Because this Raven Bitch record is a really tough one to find. I can't remember the last time I saw one come up for sale. In fairness, I don't look that often because I have it. But, yeah, there are two big ones that I really wanted to see reissued because they're two of my favorite fucking records. And they were just like, you know, out of reach for more people than they should have been, were the Raven Bitch and the Commander record, the High and the Mighty. And the Commander record finally got a reissue, just like last year or something. And it was a really nice one too. I don't think it was High Roller. I think it was a Cult Metal Classics or No Remorse out of Greece, but it might have been High Roller. Point is, it was one of those that does a good job. So they got a very nice reissue that hopefully has made that record available to people again now. Raven Bitch, still hard to find. So this is about the velocity of the Tyrant's Reign too, okay? Because right out of the gate, there's a fast one, you know? It's kind of a punk-looking cover, isn't it? Except for that Raven Bitch logo. It's kind of a dumb name too, isn't it? But I swear this is one of the best fucking things out there, man. This is the fastest song on here. There's actually an instrumental song after this one on this side. It's 4 tracks total, right? This one and then the instrumental, which doesn't like break the record flow at all. You know, a lot of times like you stick an instrumental there and you're like, fuck dude, I'm bored, man. What the fuck are you doing, you know? By the way, this is East 3 Gates. And I love how they spelled it. With the Roman numeral. Some real conviction though, right? And those backing vocals, man. It's not AC/DC backing vocals there, man. It's kind of sloppy and shit. Yeah, so Old Dark House is the instrumental, and I'm actually gonna flip this because side 2 is a little bit slower. And I really tend to like it when thrashy bands like this play slower stuff. That might be a reason why this one appeals to me so much, because that's what they are in spirit. But when they bring that heaviness and like slow it down a little bit like this, it feels even heavier to me, you know? I can appreciate the speed, don't get me wrong, you know? It's fucking perfect, dude. It's such a great riff, man. This really needs to get reissued, man. Fucking make this available again. These guys are from Janesville, Wisconsin. And it's 1987. So. Yeah, kind of ordinary looking band photos there, but. Definitely has a little bit of a punky edge to it, but it's fully committed as metal, you know what I mean? Love it. So I gotta show this since I was talking about the TR logo and how they really become, you know, a household like icon, like a Nike swoosh or something like that. But at least they did something better than Heathen's Rage did. Probably didn't realize what a shitty abbreviation HR would be. You know, because nobody wants to fucking deal with HR, right? Not if you're in the corporate world or like have a job at all, I guess. But Heathen's Rage is really cool. These guys are from New Jersey. Yeah, they're from Trenton. Yeah. Scott Waters has some history of these guys actually too. This is one of his local bands at the time, so he was living there then and has some good stories in that. But this is the original EP, which is just 3 songs. This has been reissued. I think there's some extra shit on that one, and then there was another whole album of like other unreleased stuff. This one suffers a little bit from the production. It's a little bit muddy and sort of murky. There's that HR logo again, right? But it's still a really cool piece, man. Yeah, definitely one deserving of the hype that it gets, you know? All right. Well, that's not a bad little sampling there. Definitely going to do a part 2 on this, though, because I don't want to sit here and go on for like hours and shit. Try to keep the length reasonable, about a half hour. So, you know, how much of your time am I willing to take up? It's gone up over the years I've done this, but, you know. I'm not so full of myself as to think that you want to watch me for like 2-3 hours or something. Unless I'm streaming, but that's different. Anyway. How about that timing? Just we're wrapping it up. But there's one more song, so I'm actually gonna let it run for a sec because it's a great opening riff. I'm just gonna let this fucking run for a minute, man. Fuck it. I'll show one more record too. What the hell? And then I'll wrap it up. Yeah, here's another one. Ion Britain. And these guys are from North Carolina. So another one from the interior of the country, more or less, because nobody really lives on the coast in North Carolina. Yeah, 4-track EP, Eat Metal by Ion Britain. There's another fast one. This one's speedy and like intense. It's 87, so it's dedicated to the memory of Cliff Burton, as a lot of these were. And yeah, kind of a crap band photo, but what the hell, man. When they obviously didn't have a photographer, I'm a lot more forgiving. I'll show the label real quick too. Cool. I just love that opening for this song, man. So we got one more out there too. All right, part 2 before too long. So thanks for watching. Totally appreciate it. We'll see you next time.